Hey all, I'm back again with another feature highlight of Fleeto. Today I'll be giving a short tutorial of how to use the geofencing feature in Fleeto. So geofencing is a technology that uses GPS or RFID to create a virtual boundary around a physical location. Geofencing has various use cases that we'll be going over in this video. So how do we access geofencing in Fleeto? So first of all, we have to head over to the tracking module and then click on geofencing. Here we have the live map where we can set up our geofences. So if we click on this button, we can see the list of the existing geofences that we have created previously. However, if you want to create a new one, it's a three-step process. You'll have to click on the create button, and I'll go over the steps right now. So first you click on create, and now you'll have to head over to the area of the map where you want to set up a geofence. So let's say you want to set up a geofence around this block. So let's zoom in a bit. Okay, so there's next thing you can see is that there are 4 shapes of geofences that you can set up in Fleeto. So we'll go over each shape briefly. So firstly, if you click on circle, you'll have to click on the center point and then you'll have to expand. So this sets up the geofence perfectly. So if we click on it again, we can finish the setup of the geofence by setting up a name and then specifying a color. So we'll go over the other shapes now, so we'll not save it. So let's get over to the next shape, which is rectangle. So for rectangle, you choose the first vertex and then you draw till you get the perfect shape to cover your area. So this covers it, and then we can do the same for the rectangular geofence as well. And let's go over to the next one. So corridor, we might need a bit of a bigger radius, so let's go over with 50. So in corridor you can specify the radius, and then let's say we wanted to draw, so you'll have to click the starting point, let's say this one, and then we can click on the boundary, and this will set up the geofence. If we double click on it, that will finalize the shape of the geofence, and then we can do the same, specify the name and the color, and that would save the geofence. And finally, we have the polygon. So polygon is particularly useful when you have a complex shapes. So let's say we wanted to set up a geofence around only the buildings. So we would click on this and we would cover only the building shapes. So this allows us to precisely cover a building or a particular area that we are interested only in setting up a geofence. So, and when you finish, you'll double click on to finalize the shape. So let's name this geofence. Let's say this was office parking lot. And let's specify a color. Let's go with something like, I would say I want to go a bit darker. So let's go for greenish color. Okay, I like this color. Okay, now office parking lot. Let's go ahead and save this. So this gets saved. Now if we go back to geofences, we can see the office parking lot. Great. So what's the next step? We have set up the geofence. And in this hypothetical situation, let's consider that this is the office parking lot, and we wanted to know if every time an employee entered or exited the building, we want notifications for that. So how do we set up the final stage of the geofence, which is the notifications? So for that, you'll have to head over to the settings menu. So click on settings, and then we'll go to notification. Over here, we'll have to click on new notification. And then since we have categorizations for the vehicles, since this is an office parking lot, we can select all the office cars. So there we go. And then click on next. And in the step 2, we have to select the type of notification. So since we are interested in geofence, we'll click on that. So right now, we're only interested when the employees are entering the building. So for that, we'll choose firstly, we'll have to choose the geofence, which is the office parking lot that we created. And there's three kinds of geofences. So basically, geopass is you get alerted when a vehicle is passing through an area. We'll go over this later in the video. For now, we're interested in geo-in. And there's also geo-exit. We'll see in the next example. So for geo-in, we are interested whenever the employees enter the office parking lot, we want an alert. Also, there's another feature where you can get a notification after a certain time. So let's say an employee entered the parking lot and then you want to get a notification after 30 minutes. So this is useful because you want to know if they didn't just enter and exit the building, right? You want to know if they stayed on as well. So let's say you set up a geo in and then set a notification after 30 minutes. And then you click on next. Here you'll have to choose the type of notification, whether you want it via your email or your mobile, or you want it as a push notification. You can also set the priority level as high, medium, or low, depending on your situation. And then you'll have to enter a name, and then you click on save. So let's head over back to the geofence menu. So let me explain the situation here a bit. Let's zoom in on the parking lot. Okay. So let's say an employee enters the office parking lot and we want to know if he's still in the building after half an hour. Now we're going to look at how we can create a geo-exit geofence. So this is the kind of geofence that we would set up whenever you wanted to receive notifications if your vehicle exited the geofence. So let's consider this block as our home that includes a garage where our vehicle is parked. So to create let's go with the circular geofence, and then we'll click on the center and then expand till the entire area is covered. And we're going to name it Home Garage. And we'll give it a color as well. Yeah, that looks good. And then click on Save. Okay, so whenever our vehicle would exit this area, we would get notified. So to do that, we have to click on settings like we did before and then head over to notification and then click on new notification. Here we would click on private car, let's say for this vehicle. And then we would set up a geofence for the home garage and we would give it a geo exit. So when we complete the setup, what's going to happen is whenever our vehicle would exit the particular geofence that we set up, let's zoom over the home garage. So whenever our vehicle would exit this perimeter, we would be notified. So this is useful if, let's say, someone had unauthorized access to your vehicle and there was a risk of your vehicle being stolen. So this comes pretty handy for that. So this was a single use case for geo exit. So another kind of geofence that you can set up is the geopass. And geopass is a kind of geofence where you would want to be notified if a vehicle is passing through or crossing through a certain area. So for example, let's consider this road, 11th Street, as a restricted area for your company vehicles. So what you would want to do is set up a geofence. Let's go with the corridor. Let's zoom out a bit. And let's set up from the start of the road to the end of the road. And we're going to name this restricted road. And hit save. So what this does is every time your vehicle would cross these roads, you would be notified. Another use case for the geopass could be if you wanted to know how many times your vehicle has crossed a certain section of a road or a certain area, you could set up a geopass, and every time your vehicle would pass through that section, you would get a notification. So for example, let's choose this intersection. So we are interested to know how many times our company vehicles cross this intersection throughout the day. So we could set up a circular geofence and name this GeoPass2. Hit save. And then we are going to set up a notification. So we head over to settings, notification. Let's go with the delivery. Choose this one as well. And we're going to set up a geofence now. So we click on GeoPass2 and then go for GeoPass. You can also view the GeoPass history in the reports section. So if you click on the report module and then head over to the geofence history, you would get a detailed history of all the geofences that you've created and the relevant information regarding the geofence. You can also view your geofences from the live map feature. So if you click on the live map and then click on this icon and we zoom in a bit, here we can see all the geofences that we've created. In the future, the geofence data will also be available in the robotic eye. So that covers the geofence feature of Fleeto. If you have any questions regarding this feature, you can ask us in the comments section and we'll do our best to answer. We'll also cover more features of Fleeto in the upcoming videos, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe to our channel, like the video, drop a comment, and stay with us. Thank you.